Hello everybody and welcome back to Heaven's Vault. I am Bex, your cozy punk host, and we're kind of cruising on towards running into that issue again where not everything can be lumped into the categories of punk and cozy, and yet here we are. It's kind of cozy in that we're an archaeologist and everything that would want to kill us is mostly long dead, but it's also getting a bit weird, which definitely leans more into punk than cozy, but let's jump back in, shall we? Let's jump back in. We should be at a destination unless of course my save game. The water below is disentangling around us, mistress. It is beginning to flow, following some kind of path. It's quite beautiful. You can see it, the path. Of course, last time we made a river, somehow, magically. Does it look like what we saw in that mosaic? There are lines of force through space, arcs, grooves in the surface of things. I can see them. The rivers trace their outlines as they flow. We have made a new river, mistress. Or recreated a very old one. Perhaps it will flow all the way to Heaven's Vault. And Iox? The river to Iox is gone, mistress. It will not come back. But after we sail this new river, mistress, there is no reason to assume there will be a way back. We'd better find out, I guess. Let's just jump right back in there and I guess we have no... Anyway, I do not think we have a choice. We are already moving. Yeah, I guess Alia doesn't really care or not if she lives or dies. It's not really been the most prevalent thing. But yeah, let's go to Heaven's Vault. We can do it now. We've summoned a river out of an ancient aquifer running something with 6 triangulated network of telescopes. There is a way to turn down that dialogue. There is definitely something out there. Was this great distance the darkness that remembers Ghost meant? Would this prove to be the site of the ship Heaven's Vault? We could find out. Further 6 has pointed out it's almost certainly a one-way trip. There's no reason to believe there will be a river running home. Oh, guys, I think we might be in the Endgame now. Let's heckin' go. I don't think there were some things we probably could have taken back to our buddy on Iox, but since we just freezed up the river, I'm guessing not much point. I'm probably going to skip. We might edit out the sailing, but since it's a new river, it should be pretty direct. Should be anyway, but there might be some cool stuff on the way. But it should also just be one way. I shouldn't have to make any turns. Perhaps that place was once entirely underwater. Where was the water coming from though? Perhaps the boat we found was used to travel on the surface. Then someone harvested that water using hoppers. And that system has been working ever since. Maybe. Iox itself relies on it. Over time, one of the discs failed and the water level built up. We're going so fast. Enough to saturate the soil and allow the forest to grow. It's nice having a direct route for a change with an extremely fast-flowing river. There's no way back, is there? Is there? It seems unlikely. I think we found it. Let's see what's down there. It's all been coming to this. This better be good. Heaven's Vault. There is a moon out here in the dark. In the night.
We had followed a strange and winding road through the loneliest reaches of space. And on the moon at the end of the path was nothing.
I mean, what did you expect? A bustling metropolis? It's a desert. I was hoping for, I don't know what. So, what do we do now?
But now, I didn't know if I could return.
We climb. Well, we certainly didn't come all this way for nothing, but I do want to see that. It looks like something crashed here. Something big. I thought a vault would be underground. The word vault has two meanings, mistress. It is a sunken chamber, or else a high arch, even a leap. Perhaps this is an old road. If there is anything, it's up here there. Wait, I want to see this. I want to see this. This. I'm not sure you'll survive this climb. Stop moving your lungs. They've been getting worse. Oh, good lord, are we going to die in the end? You have sheer lung, don't you? You always have had it. I'm fine. That seems very Alia. You should be worried about getting sand in your own motors. But that's a yes. And I didn't come this far to turn back now. Okay, now let me just look at this figure, please. I know that shape. The water goddess. I always said she was truly ancient. The water goddess. The people back on Mercy would not believe it. Perhaps this is her home. There's something carved here. It's ancient. Although we already know who this is. It might not be her name that's written there. There's a few words in this one. May? Got several options just for the start of this. Fields. That's a lot of fields. That's all I can think of. Does Mayfields, fields as fields work? I'm thinking not. I was thinking about Huang. He never did introduce me to the annals of Mazhuang. He always said he would. I imagine he is still waiting for the right moment, mistress. I wonder how long it will be before he realizes you have gone. This is getting really sad. Huang is really going to miss me, I think. We've been friends since I arrived. I think you're going to miss him too. You do not appear to have much in common, mistress. He will move on. Gee, thanks, Six. Just like that? Certainly. Okay, there is a way to go here. Master Huang is unhappy. If you will not help him, he will look for someone who will. The wreck there is further away than it appears, mistress. Please do not lose yourself in the open desert. Okay, that's fair. No, another thing to look at. I like things to look at. That's what people say about me. There's something here. A wooden hatch. Nothing like as fancy as the one in the forest. Filled in with sand. But still, I think it must have once been a well, guarded by the water goddess. Only why would there be a well here? How? What was this place like before, I wonder? Farmland? Fields? I mean, rice and pigs under the eyes of the goddess of water. There was a river to this place once. There may be water here again, soon enough. But look at this place, Six. It couldn't be more desolate. Many years have passed, mistress. Too many to be sure of anything. This way.
And then we began to climb. I fell silent, saving my breath. The robot purred along behind me. The wind offered little secrets and then snatched them away. But something was wrong.
Six? What? Six? I feel fine. The climb? It's easy. Perhaps I've grown stronger. The opposite is true, mistress. It seems there is something wrong with gravity here. Is there iolite here? No, mistress. But whatever field the iolite was storing, that field wraps around this place like a cocoon. This one's close enough. What are these things? I've never seen anything like them. What are they for? Casually slipping through the world. What? Was it a tower? The structure is like the metal crater we found, but the materials are quite different. It's ancient, as old as anything. The walls, mistress, they are inscribed in some detail. No symbols, fragments of images in the rust. Six, can you make anything of these etchings? I will take a look, mistress. Etched with some kind of blunt blade, carved in later, I think, than the metal was made, but worn down by the sand. If one could see this, I'd like to see them tell me that history is a fantasy now. But they'll never see it, of course. No one will. This got really sad really fast. Let's go bug Six, see if he's got anything. He's not following us, which means he's still looking. Can you read it? Wait, mistress. Gotta make sure there's nothing we're missing. Hurry up. She's very impatient for an archaeologist. Let's just sit for a bit, shall we? Tell me something. Okay, Six, you've gone silent on me, and that's always a little bit concerning, especially now that we know there's an ancient empress like crammed into your noggin. Well? He's kind of disturbingly silent. What would happen if we just walked away? Mistress, I believe I have some sense of it. Tell me a story, Six. The etchings tells the tale of a group of gods who strode forward across a wide desert from a place of much water, bringing water. They caused the fields here to be fertile for a time. Strode? A god with feet? Perhaps, yes. A village rose up around the god, to worship the god. The god demanded tribute, I cannot tell how often. The tribute of people. And then the god was killed. Killed? You sure about that? No. That is the inference. But it is only a pictogram. And the god is above us, mistress. I think this mountain holds the god's tomb. Then let's go bother a god. That does sound like something Alia would do. Where did they find the device? The one at the site of the Withering Palace. Do you remember? It was found on a deeply forested moon, far out in turbulent waters. It seems strange to think I might not see Miari again. She called me her daughter. But I can't be her daughter, not really. You were not born of her, mistress, that is quite apparent. But I do not think that is what she meant. Maybe we are Miari. Like from long ago. Or some kind of loop lapping, overlapping. I do not fancy that drop. A ruin. It's not much of a ruin, but still, it's something. I do not think the statues carved themselves, mistress. The sun goddess. There's an inscription. This one is something of a something. Guess it doesn't matter what. Jewel of Up. Love me some Jewels of Up. Mistress, that translation is clearly incorrect. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think Up really had a place there. I can add my translation for jewel to my dictionary now. Wow, it's really not waiting for the dialogue anymore. It's just like, nah, we're done. Breathes above star. Jewel of evening light. I could still change my mind, but Jewel of evening light? Do you really think Miari killed Remba? I wondered if she maybe she did, because of what he discovered. The last Emperor's body and returned to the rivers. It's possible. Boats do not usually explode. When did that happen? This theory that Miari killed Remba. When did that surface? Maybe it was just implied. There's an inscription here. I've played this game so fucking hell sporadically. Yeah, this one is a long one. I don't even need to see the end of her dialogue to know that. Okay. Nothing to start. I'm not really checking what fits and what doesn't right now. I'm trying to... It won't let me go any further along, which is interesting. Oh wait, that's how I do it. Jeez, that's so much in here. I wish we'd just, I don't know, tackle it piece by piece. Okay, and that's the end of that. There's so many ofs. But never many. I don't want to like half-ass it. But there's just so much choice. I don't even know where to begin. Many, 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 many. I don't want to just fill it up with ovs, but my brain's getting a bit fried just looking at this. I just don't want this to be one where I go through all of this and then she's just like, maybe I'll come back to it later. Alia, I don't think there is going to be a later. Oh, we have this, which does seem to reflect that. There we go. And we do have above, but we already put that in. God, that is annoying. No, we don't have a lot that we can work with here. Kind of wish I could move the actual inscription without selecting something, but that's more quality of life issue than anything else. Just feels like I'm missing something. Missing something. Mistress, I do not think you have enough information to read this. Yeah. Well, thereof thankful again, and heavens us through happiness of above sun. That of never. How does one fly through a sun? I can't make any more of it. The sky god. That's the top. Not far now. Yeah, guess it's not like terrifically far to climb, unless you have sheer lung. Look at that. Hard to imagine this place busy, full of life, and yet this is where the nebula began. Is it possible to alter gravity itself, the way Roy said? Indeed it is, mistress. In fact, it is necessary. When you said necessary, what did you mean by that? The strength of gravity between two objects is a known quantity, mistress. Evidently, it is based on the separation and the masses of those objects. It's been something of an issue, but they do not have enough mass to exert the gravity that they do. Something within the rock must therefore increase the gravity. But momentum cannot be simply created. Therefore, an increased gravity in one location must be countered by a lessening elsewhere. The crystals, including the ones Remba found in the hatch of that buried ship, they do not reduce gravity, mistress. Rather, they have been induced to contain an absence of it. Weird. I was thinking about Timur. Timur wanted me to take over from him, doing whatever it is he does on Elbereth. Would you want to? Excuse me. Please climb cliff carefully. I don't think I'm controlling this. You worry too much. I mean... what am I going to do? Fall? Or fly? Jeez. Take a moment to rest before you walk, mistress, please. I just want to read. My health is ticking back up. This is the summit. This is as far as the path goes. I just want this. There. Carving here. Oh, that's much easier. There's a few words in this one. Indeed, there is. So my translation sailed isn't right anymore. Okay. Prow, wind, sailors, goddess knowledge welcome, pray for fast joy river. Speed. Sailors pray for speed. I think that's correct. Don't know why they'd be asking that of the sky god, but never mind. A bricked up opening. There is something here. To keep people out, do you think? Or to keep something in? There's something written here. Ancient script. This must have been cut in when the mortar was still wet. But I think I can read it. Just need to split these up. Okay. We did it. It's a long one, but I'm sure it reads as heavens. I'm convinced of vault as well. Roll credits. That's complete. Heaven's vault. We're here. It's a name. But of what? There's more here below. Scratched in. It must be a warning. Another bloody long one. Alright. This one is a phrase run together. Okay, we don't have anything to start it, but we have God. Nope, not that one. Between. This temple will nebula for all is up. That seems more sensical than the last one. This doesn't feel right. Okay, glitchy, glitchy, glitchy. Get rid of between. Okay. I think Crystal onto something though. We might just have to trial by error it. Okay, not between. Just want to push this one on a bit. Not shocking. It really is just gonna make me go through the whole thing, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, sir. No escaping this one. Didn't mean to click off that, but it's fine. God's in there twice. I still think that's temple. Or is it... Is it temple twice? Because it's the same set of symbols. Oh no, it's not. It's reversed. Okay. That's different. Yeah, God at me temple, I just realised is a little dubious. Right, okay. No, not that one. Right, they'd scrapped at just now. I don't think it's me. I really don't. It just doesn't seem right. Mission says, yeah. It's not really giving me any hints, that's the only problem. It's just making me put the same symbols in, and I know this has happened in previous episodes, and it's not the most intuitive of gameplay, which is something I kind of should have realized much earlier, but whatever. Does look like it's actually giving me more symbols now, or altered symbols. Or I'm blind and they were always giving me those and I just never noticed. Because that does seem potentially likely. Please just scratch up off because it just doesn't seem right. Okay, up is still in. ¿Por qué? Okay, I'm gonna shift things around a little bit. Where's all? Right, so all is there. Stop. Is up. It's not a complete symbol, so we're definitely missing something there. Many. Still think temple is right. Think this is more likely than me. Still think God is right. This one. We done something wrong. Yep. Figured that. There must be another possibility. Yeah, shocking. It's just making me rule out the ones that are obviously not right, rather than ruling in the ones that are obviously most likely correct. Already done that one. This temple is I'm certain my translation for temple is right now. Yeah, we just have to rule out everything else first, which I sort of get, but it's also really annoying. Out of place. Seventh god inside this temple will drink nebula until all is dark. Jeez. The seventh god inside this temple will drink nebula until all is dark. Well, yeah, it kind of does. Drink the nebula. The great darkness. This is why Renbo is looking for the Vault 6. The seventh god. Whoever that is. Still, this is a temple then. Heaven's Vault is a temple, set here above all the other gods. The darkness that Remba warned us about. This is it. Whatever's inside here, that's what's doing it. Draining the forces that drive the rivers. Bringing darkness. Only one way in. As far as I can ascertain, yes. Mistress? But this is interesting. I can feel a breeze. It must be open on the other side. Open onto what? That should be enough to climb through. Why am I getting fucking excavation of Hobbs Barrow vibes? Can you widen it? Mistress? Excuse me a moment, mistress. As soft as butter. Here goes nothing. And this is where I'm going to leave you for today. We are definitely in the endgame, but we are leaving this for today. Thank you everybody so much for watching this episode of Heaven's Vault. We found it. We found the vault, and everything seems extremely dubious and kind of apocalyptic in a very sort of, kind of low-key way, but sort of like encroaching existential dread, which is just the way I like it. And I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye.